Make sure it's live. I th- I think it's live. I'm not sure. Okay. Hey. All right. I know it's going. All right. So the next topic, is it working better for you, Underworld? Yes. Okay. So the next topic was okay, so there was a few weeks, it was like a week or so ago, a new Ghostbusters movie was announced. It is being directed by the son of the director who directed the original Ghostbusters movie. Um, a teaser trailer came out. It actually looks really cool. Many have said it looks a lot like the original 80s films, or the original film, so that's really cool. Um, it looks like I'm on a 5 to 10 second lag. I wish I could fix that lag, but I guess it's just gonna have to be like that. Um, so, um, Not accepting the fact that fans did not like Ghostbusters 2016, which was just sexist, feminist dribble, that many have said just isn't Ghostbusters. And even if you ignore all of that, the comedy does not match up to the comedy of the original films. So Leslie Jones couldn't let fans be happy, so she went on Twitter, and this is what she had to say. And it's actually funny because she actually makes a couple of typos in this. She writes, "So insulting, like fuck us, we didn't count." She left out the second D. It's like something Trump would do. Does that make any sense? Like, giving the fans what they want, getting the original cast back. The film is supposed to be set, or at least what's left of the original cast, because Egon's actor had passed away. But getting most of the cast back, and the new film is set in the original film's universe. It's not another reboot, and like in 26 Ghostbusters 2016 is gonna be completely ignored. So she writes, it's like something Trump would do. Trump voice, "Gonna redo Ghostbusters. Better with men. Will be huge. Those women ain't Ghostbusters. Ugh, so annoying. Such a dick move. And I don't give fuck. I'm saying something." Like, just, oh my gosh. Just these, oh my gosh. And it's so funny. It's so funny thinking, saying that, like, oh, like, it's gonna be all, like, she's assuming the new movie's gonna be all men. There's been different stuff saying the new Ghostbusters film is gonna be, it's gonna be like some teenage kids, and there's some mystery, I guess some ghost mystery in their town, and they're going on like some mission or whatever, find out what's going on with the town, I guess, or find out the mystery. But the roster in the new movie, that's reports have been saying, and people have been saying, that the new movie is having two male Ghostbusters, or two male teens. It's supposed to be like four teenagers, two male teens, and two female teens. That's and it's equal. I think this, after the controversy and everything with 2016, this was the only way they could make everybody happy, is by having two guys, two girls. It is completely equal in terms of having two guys and having two girls. But she's just saying all this crap, and I'm like, it's like anything. It's like anything that pisses somebody off, they have to link it to Trump. It's like it's like somebody will go, "A dog just crapped on my yard. I'm blaming Trump." That's not how it works. It's like that commercial with the lady. I've said that before about the lady with the wall with the pictures. It's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. It's just crazy. I'm excited for the new film. I don't care what she's having to say, because it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy that this was brought up. And it's such, I commented on my Facebook saying that maybe she's a hoot after all. This was the funniest thing I've heard somebody say, or I've heard her say, probably ever. Extreme Ghostbusters was diverse. People like it. To explain the diversity, they were a teen in college that had to pick up the torch to save their Professor Egon. Yeah, I've seen so far, out of the 40 original episodes of Extreme Ghostbusters, I have seen the first 13. The show, I agree, the show was very diverse. It was never forced. And all of the characters were really likable characters. It was to the point that the goth girl character of the series, Kylie, that's what it was, Kylie Griffin. She was so popular that they added her into the IDW Ghostbusters comics. I don't think she's a Ghostbuster in that, but that's still pretty cool that they added her into the thing. So there's that, and like literally one of the characters, I think she was a Jewish goth girl. So you have a Jewish goth girl. You have one of the characters was in a wheelchair. One of them was a black man, and then one of them was, I think, Puerto Rican, I think. So I think, like, and it was very diverse. It was never, they never made a big deal about, like, oh, I'm this race, I'm that race. And it was just a good show. It was a good show. It was darker than the usual Ghostbusters stuff, like the past movies and stuff, and the real Ghostbusters. But it was still a good thing. So the smart move for Sony, some issues they had to do ghostbusting, some she do research. So that's cool. Well, she was very much like, she would research stuff too, I think, from the episodes I saw. I think she would research stuff too. But, and it was a bit darker, but I think the smart move for Sony, if they're gonna bring it back, is just make the movie, call it Extreme Ghostbusters, and just have it be that roster. Now, people are going like, well, it was 3 guys and a girl. How are they going to do it with 2 girls and 2 guys? Well, the thing of it was, originally, when they were doing production on the show and making the characters, Garrett was the black man, or black character. And, what were their names? Kylie, Eduardo, Garrett, and, shoot. I'd have to look it up. I'll look it up now. But originally, Garrett and, the character that was in the wheelchair, they were originally, like, concept designs, they were originally female characters. The original roster for Extreme Ghostbusters would have been Kylie, female Garrett, it would have been a black female, it would have been a woman in a wheelchair, and Eduardo. That was the original roster. It ended up, I guess, to appeal to boys some more, I guess, they ended up making Garrett and the paraplegic, or the wheelchair, or the character that was in the wheelchair, guys, which makes it even weirder, because from what I heard, there's the picture right there, the character that was in the wheelchair didn't even have any toys made of him, from what I heard, which was very weird. Oh, I got that completely wrong. Garrett was the character that was the in the wheelchair. Roland was the name of the black character. Okay. But like I said, and it was really good. I don't know why it couldn't get more episodes, but I guess it was good for, at least it existed. So it's like, this is what, honestly, instead of just doing a flat out shitty reboot, this is what should have been Ghostbusters 2016. Natural passing of the torch. But for whatever reason, they figured they'd get Paul Feig of all people in and just completely screw it up. Okay, so moving on from that, I'm gonna move on. Okay, so I talked about this on a previous. Goth Girl was also in Ghostbusters team with a male ex-con, Mexican female FBI agent, some other person I can't think of. Well, that's cool too. I heard about this earlier, and yes, I'm going on Bleeding Cool. I don't really like the website, but that's somebody that was talking about this. Somebody official, major, big name, whatever, that was talking about this. So, I talked about this comic before, Second Coming, which was the Vertigo comic that's supposed to be that Jesus returns to Earth, and they say about that in order for him to become Extreme Ghost played on Channel 13 on a weekday at 10 a.m. That's cool. At least, people got to see that. Like that. That's cool. On weekdays, that's really cool. Usually cartoons like that would just be on, like, Saturday mornings. Anyway, so Jesus returns to Earth, in order for him to learn to become a true Messiah. Can't see it because you're in school, or you would be in school. Okay. In order for him to become a true Messiah, he has to go to Earth and meet this Superman knockoff called Sunman, and they have to be roommates. And that's supposed to be that he has to learn from some. Even though the book is supposed to be like the book. Jesus is the Messiah. He doesn't need to learn from a Superman knockoff how to be a true Messiah. And then it pissed me off even more that God like picks favorites and is saying that Sunman, and I don't mean S-O-N sun, I mean literally sun as in like the bright yellow bright orb in the sky. That's the sun I'm talking about. He considers Sunman to be the son, like, either the son he never had or the son he wants to have. Like, he prefers Sunman over Jesus. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, and then, so, I've heard about that. And then, there is now a petition. I guess it's on Citizen Go. I thought it was on, like, something like, change.org or something. And it now has over 100,000 signatures. And I don't blame these people. I don't blame them. It'd be interesting if Jesus is very grim, fire, and brimstone type, that he may not match any progress or modern idea. Well, the way I thought they would do the comic before all of this other shit was that Jesus returns to Earth. He sees how horrible this world has gotten, and then he would do something. He would do something to save it. This comic here, with this story, that is not Jesus. That is not God. That is not the person Jesus was. It's not and it's like, God isn't God in this book. Jesus isn't Jesus. I'm not, like, I'm Christian, but I'm not, like, super religious, and yet this book exists just to trigger me. This book somehow triggers me. It is helmed by, because this is in the Vertigo line, so it's helmed by Zoe Quinn. I've heard this stuff that she is a vile SJW, and something I've heard about people is SJWs do not respect Christians. They do not, if they live to piss anyone off, it is either white men or it is Christians. In this book, she just gave the go-ahead to do this. I think it's very sad that the Vertigo line, just about every comic in the Vertigo line, except for one, which was called High Level, Every comic in this line has something SJW in it. You had Border Town. Border Town got canceled. Not because of low sales, but that book was racist. Because they had a black girl and an Asian girl, and then they kept... I skimmed through the first issue because I didn't want to read it. To be honest, I read it because just to, prove that this book is racist. And yeah, it was racist because the girl's like, oh, you're white. You're awful, blah, blah, blah. And the kid had to go and shout, I'm half Mexican. I'm not white. He had to go and make a statement that he was not white, and he had to prove to these bitches, these racist little bitches, that he was not white. I don't see how you can make these characters be lead likable characters in this racist book that is racist. Mexico has a lot of white people in there. That's good too. They will use Jesus as a progressive talking point like always. They only talk about God and Jesus when it matches what they believe. When it talks against something, they will not listen and mock it. That's what I'm saying. The book is just literally the only book that I read that had a decent enough summary. I will be surprised if this one book manages to not be SJW because of the woman that's helming it. Was this comic called High Level, and it was something about that this woman has a baby, or she's trying to take this baby who's this child messiah up this high tower, and that there's dangers, and it's something that anyone who goes up this tower never comes back down or whatever. But it's the one, literally, because I looked up every single title in this Vertigo line, and that was the only one. Goddess Mode, technically based on its summary, wasn't full on SJW, but the two people working on it were Zoe Quinn and Robbie Rodriguez, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna go there. But I really hope and pray that this is one of the rare cases. I hope this comic doesn't come out. I hope it either doesn't come out, or doesn't sell well, or gets canceled. And regarding Vertigo, originally, what Vertigo was supposed to be, it was supposed to be the lineup that was kind of indie style comics that weren't about superheroes, and they were kind of a little bit more adult oriented, like more mature than superhero comics, than just regular superhero comics. That they could go places DC Comics with their comics wouldn't go. And right now DC is actually using properties from Vertigo for shows that they're making. They did the show Lucifer, which was actually based on the Sandman take on the character Lucifer. And so far, and then another show was iZombie. And iZombie, that was a comic in 2014. So I figured, and you would think, DC would want to be using, I guess, if they use anything from the Vertigo line for, TV and movie pitches. There's another comic called The Kitchen. It's some mystery thing in the 70s. And that's supposedly getting a movie with Melissa McCarthy, I think. But I guess if they do any comics from the Vertigo line as TV or movie pitches, they would have to take off the older stuff. Nobody would see Second Coming. Nobody would see Border Town. Nobody would see Goddess Mode or any of these other SJW books, other than maybe High Level. But then again, other than a brief summary, we don't know yet what the book's gonna push. And it's just ridiculous. And like I said, but I saw this and I'm like, that's good that people are starting to petition, because it's just I'd be interested in an Unman show. Was Unman another Vertigo comic? I know a few, Fables, and that was another thing DC was using. They had The Wolf Among Us, which was a prequel to Fables. So there was that. It was like Fables and Sandman, and there's been others, but those were some of the bigger ones. Let me see what comments are saying about Second Coming. They're an enemy of Swamp Thing. The Unmanned got a comic run. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about an Unmanned show, but they could show up on the Swamp Thing show. Swamp Thing's getting a show by James Wan, who directed Aquaman. He's helming the show, so maybe they might show up on Swamp Thing. Sorry. Who would buy 3 copies when it's published? Somebody's saying I'll buy 3 copies when it's published. God, I hope. Oh my gosh, what are these people on? God, I hope DC doesn't cave and cancel the book or anything. Russell's a great writer. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh my gosh. Too many religious snowflakes. Are we really going there? Are these people really supporting the book? Oh, there's someone with sense here. I would sign one to stop them printing Heroes in Crisis. There's someone with sense here. I can't believe the majority on here, they're supporting the book. Are you serious? Who would buy this book? If it's no Christian in their right mind would pick this book up. No one. I don't care who the writer is. I don't care if it's a good writer. I don't care if it's... Oh my gosh. Is anybody else talking about this book? Everybody's fine with this, everybody, comment section wise is fine with this book. Are you serious? Let me see, let me find this one. This was back in December. Well, this is bleeding cool. Both of these articles are bleeding cool, so maybe these people are just... I don't know. The first run, they were like X-Man. Second run had them become like a corporation, offered to turn other into the Unman, and had a theme park. They follow a FBI agent sent to look into them. The Unman? Okay, that's cool. Funny cover. Well, I don't say much about diversity in comics much, not because I hate him or anything, but I really hope he covers this book. Or I hope anybody, Yellow Flash, him, or Yellow Flash, diversity in comics, anybody will talk about this book and say that this is not Jesus, this is not God, and it's made by a woman who obviously does not care about Christianity or religion. That's the hypocrisy of these SJWs. They say they respect other religions, but then they pull shit like this. So they will respect religions that match up to their agenda or match up to what they support. They don't respect all religions. Because they automatically believe that Christian people are automatically homophobic or hate the gays or whatever, and that's far from the truth. If these idiots knew anything about the Bible or knew anything about Christianity, it says in the Bible to like love one another, love everyone, like love your enemies. It doesn't say about hating people that are in sin or whatever. If we're gonna go to this whole gay people sin thing, it doesn't say anywhere in the Bible of hating people committing sin. At the end of the day, we all commit sin. But it's just what I'm saying. It doesn't say anywhere in the Bible in particular to hate gay people, to hate anyone. They tend to follow the same atheist talking point. Yeah. It's just one of the main points of the Bible is love one another, to just love, not hate. You don't, like, even if you don't have this be a allegory or whatever for the Bible, if you look at this like in the real world, and even if you don't bring the Bible into this, more people need to start being more loving. They need to stop. If people keep hating and they keep saying mean stuff, bullying people, killing people, raping people, all of these horrible things, and if it just keeps getting like this, it's going to get worse and worse. It's going to get worse and worse for this world, and that's why it's been to the point, I am at the cynical point where, like, I don't see future generations. I don't see, like, this, like, I think this world will be in complete chaos in 200 years. I will be surprised, very surprised, if this world hasn't gone completely off the rocker in 200 years or 80 years or whatever. Because I keep seeing more and more people do crap, and it greatly disappoints me. Because it's like we can't sort things out like regular people. We can't sort out our issues and our differences. And it's like we have to start some shit. We have to go and take this to some crap. And we have to, like, really reach, like, with some of the SJWs, I'm not saying I'm one, but with some of them, or some anti-SJWs, they really reach into something and automatically think it's an agenda. It's just everything. It is everything on the board. Everything just gets worse and worse. And it disappoints me. And I try to have hope that things will get better for this world, but I just don't. I don't know. I just don't know. What do you think, Underworld? When people give a little to SJW, they are never happy and want more. So from that experience, people tend to not trust them. Yeah. It's just, I meant, like, with stuff just going on in the world, because I get depressed when I have to hear crap like this. I have to deal with hate and just people starting shit. Even, like, with the MAGA hat kid, Make America Great Again hat kid. I'm not saying that they started hate. It's just the whole thing is just another controversial thing that needs to be talked about. It needs to be Like, we need to take something that happened and spin it to fit someone's agenda. And it's just everything going on in the world is really rough. So it will get worse before it will get better. Yeah. I feel that way sometimes, that it's gonna keep getting, it's just gonna keep getting worse and worse. And I don't want it to get worse, but people are gonna keep going on and on. I was reading this because about the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic. It's like supposed to be of Buffy in, like, if the story was in the 2018. Younger generation will learn from this and be immunized to these things in the future. I hope so. I mean, this current generation is already full of people doing stupid shit. So, and then these people have kids, and then it makes me wonder if future generations of people that are just, there was this movie that was this comedy. It was meant to be shown as a joke. And it was this guy, I can't even remember the name of it, but there was this guy who goes into space. His, he ends up being in some pod, and the pod keeps him in stasis for like 500 years. And then the pod it gets open, and he comes out, and it's like humanity, the human race, generation by generation in this movie, has gotten stupider and stupider. And it's like, it's to the point that everybody in the world is this moron, is just this moronic idiot. Not necessarily going back to the days of the caveman or the Neanderthal, the caveman, I'll just say that, the caveman, but it's just people acting like goofy, stupid idiots. And this guy, once he comes out of this pod, this is like your average Joe. I've seen this movie. What's it called? I forget the name. I've only seen part of it because I couldn't stand watching the rest of it. But, because I don't like weird, goofy crap or goofy stuff. But this man, this is like your average Joe. He's not super intelligent. He's not super intelligent, but he's just this, like, average Joe, average man of average intelligence. Idiocracy. Yeah. I think that was, I'll have to look up a picture. I'll find that in just a minute. Idiocracy. And it's like this man of average intelligence is like, it's the only one, like, capable of thinking like a normal human being. I think that was something that said in the narration. He became the smartest man in the world because of the fact that everybody else, everybody else had been reduced and just kept going, like, progress and whatever just had been reduced to bumbling idiots. And the only thing they would think about is sex. I heard that was something else in the movie. It's like the only thing they would just keep obsessing about, like, and doing, like, banging and stuff and just acting stupid. And at the time, I saw that movie as a joke at the time, but I almost wouldn't be surprised if that's what the world is reduced to in 200 years. Because there's already idiots right now. There's already idiotic people right now. Let me find a picture real quick. And then I'm going to finally go on to the last topic, which is a much more positive topic. I swear. Yep. That's the movie. Science fiction comedy film. And become a cult film. It had positive reviews from critics. In a libertarian approach, have things separate so any following or attempt to subvert thing will not spread everywhere. Yeah, I guess so. Terry Crews is in it. Cool. Release. That's what I'm saying, though. It's just... Terry was the president. That's cool. Terry Crews is cool. He's a funny guy. He was actually in Ultimate Spider-Man. He was the voice. He showed up in an episode or two as Blade. And I thought that was really cool. For someone who, he's more of like very comedic, happy guy, I think he did a good job pulling off the kind of dark, serious character Blade is. So, I think he did a good enough job. So, that's good. I hope I haven't depressed you, Underworld Dream, with all the talk about the world's going crazy and turning into a science fiction comedy movie made almost 13 years ago. So, I'm good. That's good. I'm good too. Because I don't want to be that guy that just makes people depressed because of the way the world's getting. Okay. So last topic, Young Justice Outsiders. IGN dropped on their YouTube channel and on their little article here that they are bringing in Cyborg this season. So I think it's cool. I think it's fine. Some people have been saying that it seems that every project nowadays has to have Cyborg mandated to be in it. And I'm mixed on that, but I think it could work. I will say, though, my problem with it's not the fact that he's showing up. It's more the fact that he, that they've already been dropping other characters this season. They've already been having, like, they've been doing the Outsiders. So far, in the past 9 episodes, they've been introduced Geoforce, Halo, Forager. They revealed they've confirmed Jason Todd is alive and he's coming, like, I guess they'll be developing that later on. And then they've finally brought in Lois Lane. This was like, episode 9, I believe this season was her first appearance in the Young Justice verse. And baby Jonathan, baby John, Superman's kid, baby Damian, and then there's still characters that they've yet to show, that they are other characters that they're going to introduce. They're going to bring in Katana, Metamorpho, possibly Terra, and that's great, and it's fine, but you can't just make the 26th episode going like, we're gonna bring in 24 characters and introduce them, because some people have wanted to focus more on some of the other season 2 characters, like Tim Drake, Cassie Sandsmark, Wonder Girl, or just some of the other characters, some of the other already established characters. And then they've introduced, and as another character introduced this season, Tracy 13. So there's a lot of characters, and it's going to be, the writing is still top notch. The writing is still great. It's just, and it's still way better than the Arrowverse. It is still way better than Edgelord Titans. It looks like they're preparing for a spinoff. I feel like they're going to. I don't know what they're going to do the spinoff of. If they're going to do Super Sons in another season or two and do a spinoff of that. If they're going to do, Super Sons, if they're going to do possibly Teen Titans. Because so far we have Dick Grayson Nightwing or Tim Drake Robin. Some have complained that they don't want to have Tim be the Robin leading the Titans or leading the Teen Titans. But they have Dick Grayson Nightwing. They have Beast Boy. They're now bringing in Cyborg. If you bring in Raven and Starfire, then you got the original 2003 roster right there. I don't know if they're going to be... I don't think... Well, part of me thinks they might do that in Young Justice, but I don't know if... They may not make that a spinoff because there's been all this talk and stuff that they might be bringing back Teen Titans for Season 6. Or the 2003 Teen Titans for Season 6. And that would actually be really... I'd be interested in seeing that. So, and I would like it. I think it'd be cool if Season 6, if they could focus on all the characters that they brought in with Season 5. So that'd be cool. But I feel like, and that's something I said on one of Tevi's videos earlier, is that I feel like they should get a couple hundred more animators, or at least another team of a couple hundred animators before going into doing a spinoff, because of the fact that, like, it took 2 years. It took 2 years overall, like, development-wise, for us to get Young Justice Outsiders. And that's fine. It's just, if we're talking about 2 shows now, it would take longer for them to make Young Justice Season 4 and whatever the spinoff they're doing would be. So I feel like, honestly, at this point, I feel like they should either slash the budgets. Well, then again, people might like Doom Patrol. So Doom Patrol might work. I can see that getting a cult following. Titans surprisingly has a following, even though with the way the show had been. It's difficult to say. It's very difficult to say, because part of me is like, I feel like they should either slash the budgets on Titans and Doom Patrol and give that money to Young Justice so they can hire more animators and more people working on the show and a possible spinoff. I feel like they can either do that, cancel Titans and Doom Patrol, and just focus more on Young Justice Outsiders, or Young Justice moving forward in a potential spinoff, or have DC invest more money into Young Justice, putting more, or have Warner Brothers invest another couple million or whatever on Young Justice and a potential spinoff. But I don't know what they're going to do. I'm happy it's back. I just hope that they can do a better, or do good, with the stuff. Cut a few episodes so they can tighten the writing. Well, some people said that, like, with the 20 episodes Young Justice Season 2 had, that, like, they felt like they could have had a couple more episodes in that season. Or some people just really wanted another 26 episode season. I feel like, honestly, I'm hoping with Season 4, and this is something I've said a lot before, I'm hoping with Season 4 that if Season 4 gets renewed and they do make a Season 4, that they'll have it be more than 13 episodes. Because if they can manage to have more than 13 episodes in Season 4, then they could have it be where it'll have more episodes officially than Batman the Animated Series. Batman the Animated Series, at the end of end of its run completely, it had 85 episodes. So I'm hoping that Young Justice Season 4 can have more episodes. That'd be really cool. But tighten the writing, that'd be good too. I think another thing is they need to also, as much as I love the fact that they're introducing all these characters, I feel like they need to not introduce quite as many. If they want, and that they should focus on characters they've already established in the show, is what some others have said. I would love to see more of, establish more with Stephanie Brown, Cassandra Cain, Arrowette. That'd be pretty cool. But he's showing up. I think that looks pretty cool. I might be doing something a little different with him with some of the stuff. And the design looks cool. So. Anyways. Get a first look at John Cryer as the Arrow versus Lex Luthor. I mean, cut a few episodes on Titans, give them a Young Justice to fix it. Titans can fix themselves with better writing. Yes, I don't have much of a problem with the writing. They just really, I feel like they need to either do a universe reset or they really need to drop this dark edgelord tone. Because it gets exhausting after a while seeing some emo edgelord angsty crap. That's all I'm saying. Oh boy, how did they screw up Lex Luthor now? Okay, that's the comic book pick. It's and with Supergirl's budget, they don't, some of their costume designs, they are not good. Okay. Oh, he has a beard. He is bald, though. Apparently, he played Lenny, Lex's nephew, in Superman 4 Quest for Peace. I did not know that. Well, give me a zoom-in picture. Well, I mean... Oh, I don't know. John Cryer, though, he's more of a... He's gonna have to really prove himself on this, because he's more of a comedic actor, to be honest, and Lex is not comedic. Right now, I'm just scrolling for stuff. I already went through all my topics. I figure I'd keep this going a little bit longer. Possibly. How is his voice? Oh, well, he might change it up when he shows up on Supergirl. I could get a video on YouTube of him talking. I don't think I'll get any, if it's an interview of him talking to somebody, I don't think I should get a copyright. Okay. Let me... Come on. He might pull it off. Honestly, I'd rather just have Matthew Rosenbaum back. So online creators say he will be more politically correct due to input from Western fans. What Western fans would say that? Well, I mean, at least it's Sword Art Online. I don't really, the majority of anime fans, that's not really a big deal. I just hope more people, at the end of the day, Japanese people, they don't give a damn about, they don't care about this whole SJW politics. They don't get into that. They just make good stories. So by politically correct, if he's gonna have more diverse characters, I guess that's what it'll be. I don't know. Cryer. Alright, I'll play, there's an interview from CBS Sunday Morning. I'll play like maybe 20 seconds of it. And you can tell me if you think he can, pull this off. He is bald in this too, so I guess
in your life, there are three things that people always get wrong about you. Okay. They think you're Jewish. Yes. They think you're gay. Yes. And they think you are Matthew Broderick. Yes. I'm a Jewish gay Matthew Broderick.
Jump ahead.
2.5 men.
Jump ahead. Show him.
As my 5-year-old is going, oh, okay. Oh, this isn't Dr. Seuss, Dad. I really felt like I had lived a very sort
Can
of
you hear
sheltered
it,
life,
Underworld?
and mostly had pretty good experiences in show business, but I had forgotten about some of the weirdness. And thankfully, in the process of writing the book, all that weirdness came back. Cryer, who is about to turn 50, was bit by the acting bug early.
Did you hear that, Underworld Dream? I don't know if it recorded or if it was on stream. Yes. Okay. I still feel like, honestly, they should have just gotten Michael Rosenbaum back. He was really good as Lex Luthor. I don't know about John Cryer, of all people, as Lex Luthor. What do you think? Do you think he can pull it off? Maybe. Maybe he will. I don't know. I'm not really watching Supergirl Either Way because it just got very political. It's like there's only so much of that I can take before I just lose it. Well, not lose it. That's not really why I even stopped. It just got annoying. It wasn't really about politics or allegories or whatever. I feel like one day I should start a stream and it's just me playing different meme videos. Just make people laugh. Have people just enjoy that. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty fun. I'm also thinking if I get a PSP, because that would be easy enough, I could have my tablet record video, and I can record walkthroughs of me playing on my PSP. Like I could do a walkthrough of X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse, which came out on the PSP, or just whatever other games, and I could have that be on the channel. That'd be pretty cool. I could do that, or if I get a PS4, I can just have the option I can stream whatever PS4 game I'm playing. That would be fun. Be fun to have like different content on my channel. Would that be something you'd check out, Underworld Dream? Or Underworld? You froze up. I was asking if, because I was considering I could do, like, video walkthroughs or playthroughs of, I could do PSP games or PS4 games. One of the ones I was thinking about doing was X-Men Legends 2, once I get a PSP, and I can record it off my tablet, and then I can post walkthroughs or playthroughs on my YouTube channel. So I was asking if you were interested in seeing that. You're back. Okay, well, I don't know if you heard what I was saying. I was saying that I might start up video game walkthroughs or playthroughs, because I'm thinking about getting like a PlayStation Portable, a PSP, and I could do walkthroughs. I could have my tablet record the game and post that on my channel. Yeah, I hear it. Would that be something you check out? Underworld Dream? Or Underworld? Well, I guess I'll get ready. I'm gonna wrap. I don't watch games anymore. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna get ready and wrap this up. So thank you for joining Underworld Dream. I'm gonna get ready and end the stream. So thank you for joining, and just everyone else, if you do point out some of the comment words and some of the stuff you see, that'd be cool too. Alright, so I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you for joining. Everyone else, just make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining Underworld Dream. I'm gonna wrap this up now. Okay, so this is Fierce Crimson Speedster, aka Edward, signing out. Bye. Bye.